Wait, yes. What did they call it?
You ready for some food? You peed and pooped on Dad? Focus, focus. This is how my eyes feel. Good morning. It is the first feeding of the day, and I wanted to do a 24 hours with my newborn. So here we are. Where's my concealer? Jared, will you change his diaper?
Mm-hmm.
I feed him in the middle of the night, and usually Daddy will change his diaper while I go to the bathroom and get a drink. Alright.
This is the one time you film me changing his diaper. He poops all over.
And then pees on you. I hear your brother's coming. This is what we do every morning. Good morning. He's eating. He wake. No, he's asleep and eating.
He's sleeping, eating?
Yep.
Hi.
What about walking? I miss you.
I missed you.
What about sleeping, walk? What about walk sleeping?
Maybe when he learns how to walk.
Do you sleepwalk, Jackson?
Yeah. Maybe when I'm maybe when this is babies. Frankenstein.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Cal. Hey, Tommy. You peed and pooped on Dad? And you just peed and pooped on me. How does that make you feel? He peed and pooped all over.
What? I'm going to poop.
Yeah.
So Ellie and I have been talking about how we really want to film this 24 hours with a newborn baby, routine, day in the life type thing. And last night, or what you've already seen, has been kind of one of the worst nights that we've had with Tommy. He hasn't slept, you know, as much. Like I think he usually wakes up once.
Every 3 hours.
Instead of 4 or 5.
Yeah.
And
which makes a difference.
Yeah, it does make a difference because you're waking up more, you're changing more diapers, you're up, and you're not in that deep sleep mode that you normally are in. I was just talking with Ellie because of that, one, she had a bad dream. 2, we got a lot less sleep. And we were talking about with Calvin how for 2 years we went with very little sleep and how that can change you and affect you throughout the day. It just makes me grateful that Tommy's doing really well.
Yes, he's been a dream baby.
But with Calvin, you know, we had some hard times.
It was a really rough few years.
Yeah.
And we've talked about it so much, people probably are like, oh, don't talk about it. But it was a huge part of our life.
It really was.
It was a big deal. So that is kind of like our morning routine. He is sleeping in the snoo, and he loves this. This is something that Jared really wanted to buy, and this is where he sleeps.
Yeah, I think we'll do, once he's like out of our bedroom into his own and going through the whole night, I think we'll do a review on it.
Totally. But he does really well. Like, he sits here and makes noises and kind of opens his eyes. He very rarely has a binky. He doesn't really like it, so he spits it out. So he just doesn't have a binky. And it takes about 35 minutes to feed him, change him, burp him, usually in the morning.
Barring no explosive poops shooting at you.
We've had many of those. And in the morning, right after I feed him, I will kind of spruce myself up a little bit, and then I will pick up my room. The nightstands get crazy messy. Usually I don't have this much bedding that I have to wash, but last night and this morning we had quite the explosion. So everything needs to be washed. And this is all of the trash that we accumulated between 6 p.m. and 9 a.m. So trash is out, hampers all divvied up in their piles, thanks Jer. And in the meantime, the kids climb up on my bed, they grab food, they come eat on the bed, they run around the house playing. That's our morning.
Is he healthy?
Yeah.
Oh, good. No, he's not healthy? Uh-oh. You've got a case of ragamuffinitis. You're a ragamuffin! Oh no! Oh no!
How come their poops are so small?
Oh, projectile.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and smelly. Oh. So at the doctor appointment, we got Tommy's growth chart back. And one of the funniest things about it was when his height was down here, and then the next bullet point was way up here because he went from 18.5 inches to 20 inches. But the next dot was like straight ahead. So he is in the 40th percentile for his height, and his head circumference and his weight, he's like in the below 10%, like 6 and 7% percentile. So he's just a little guy.
But he's been eating good and he's proud of his weight.
Yep.
Doctor is proud of his
He's almost gained a pound. Like he's getting up there. It's great.
Yeah, mama!
Yeah, mama, getting that golden milk. Wait,
Yes.
what did they call it? Liquid gold. Yeah, that's what it is.
You ready for some food? You ready to eat? Every time I feed the baby, I have this little ring, this silicone ring that I switch hands, and that's how I know what side I am to feed the baby. So that's my way of like tracking which side I need to nurse him on. Usually I have a little ring, but my fingers are too big. So my little gold ring doesn't fit on my pinky. So that's what I'm using to track when I need to feed him. And I just love looking at like his little feet, his little hands, his head as I'm nursing him. Jackson just came inside. What was your job? I asked you to do a few jobs.
I wanted to wipe my feet.
Yep, I had him wipe his feet and now he's putting the wipes back. Thank you.
During this part of the day, Tommy and I get to hang out in my office and get some work done. He's very content just to lay here despite his eyebrows. He is just about to doze off. Those furrowed eyebrows make me laugh every time. But for the next few hours, I'm gonna be here in the office working, and Tommy and I get to hang out. So this is like one of my favorite parts of the day because he just hangs out here. I get to hear some little baby noises, and I get to get a lot of work done.
Tommy. Hi, Tom Tom. He is so content. When he's done eating in awake time, sometimes I just lay him down and he just stares. He sits here for a while. You're a happy baby, huh? He's so good. What are you doing?
I'm feeding my baby.
Oh, what's his name?
His name is TJ.
Oh, kind of like our TJ. Our TJ's eating, and your TJ is eating.
Aw, kisses before bed. So sweet.
Kind of gone earlier and earlier putting him to bed. It used to be like midnight.
Uh-huh.
And now it's
Like between 10
it's
and
between
11.
10 and 11 now that we put him to bed. And then hopefully on good nights it'll be, you know, twice that he'll wake up. That's a good night. And
Yeah.
then-
But it's all about progression. Like,
Yeah.
we started him going to bed like at midnight, and then he'd wake up at 2. But now he sleeps a little bit longer, so it may have been like 3 or 4. Now we're putting him to bed a little bit earlier, and hopefully that progression kind of stays. So his sleep length cycles are a little bit longer.
And he's like wide awake. We'll get our last loves in. We'll look at him and talk. And Daddy plays the guitar sometimes.
Yeah.
And we'll go to bed. He's still rootin'.
Yeah. So it's fun because when Jackson and Calvin go to bed, we get a few hours just with Tommy. for me and Ellie. So it's always a fun time to be here in the bedroom, whether we're cuddling on the bed, watching a show, or just looking straight into his eyes. I'd show you his eyes, but you know, we're talking about the feeding, you know. I can show you your eyes.
He's like not into this. He's like, I'm done.
He's like, I'm tired, I'm sleepy.
I feel tired too bad.
Yeah. Like I mentioned earlier today, we plan on doing a review on the snoo, especially once Tommy is more sleeping on his own in his own room for longer periods of time. But one thing I will say is we really enjoy the snoo and we really enjoy the rock and play. Those two things have been really, really helpful. And the dog top. Gosh,
Yeah, we've had a few new things this baby.
that we haven't had, well, we've had rock and plays with the other kids.
Yeah.
He's just got some cool sleeping stuff that he loves.
And I don't know if it is the snoo or if it's just him being his personality.
Oh, I think a
But-
huge factor is his personality.
I've never really had a baby where I've just put down and he's wide awake and he's content and happy.
Mm-hmm.
And the other years we've had to like rock and bounce and they've either cried or we don't know what was wrong or so that's
Yeah.
been a relief.
Yeah.
He's ruined.
Yep. Okay, well, I'll let you get back to feeding.
Alright, it is 3 a.m. and I am doing my first feeding for the night. Tommy's doing awesome. That's what it looks like being with our baby.
Cheers.
I just wanted to give you guys a little glimpse. Feeding, pooping, burping, lots of love from the kids and lots of feeding. So we will see you guys in our next video. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.